Hello, Verbling.com members. This is Geoff Watson. Thank you to those of you who have been welcoming me back after my vacations. I am here full of energy, ready to go. I am ready to help you practice and improve your English. Welcome, everyone. My name, again, is Geoff Watson. I am originally from Vancouver, Canada, but right now I am speaking to you from South America. I am living and working in the country Chile, in their capital city, Santiago. And I have been on vacation for 2 weeks visiting the south of Chile. And so we have someone joining. Hello, Jorge. How are you?
Hello, how are you?
Yeah,
Fine,
good.
thanks.
Thank you. And so what we're going to be doing this hour is reading one of the stories from the Chicken Soup for the Soul books. Now, these books are incredibly popular. They have sold literally hundreds of millions of copies of these books throughout the English-speaking world, and the books have been translated into many, many different languages. The stories are written by the readers, by the people by the customers, by the people who purchase the books. And so these are personal stories that are here to help you and inspire you and to help you to make yourself a better person. All right, and so I do have a file for everyone to download. We've got everyone joining the class now, and I think I called it File GWA1. Now, and so hopefully you can download this story. Now, I want to warn everyone that these stories are generally, that the Chicken Soup for the Soul stories are generally advanced. They are written to be entertaining for native speakers. And so always these stories are full of some extra vocabulary, extra phrases and expressions. All right, so it looks like we've got lots of people here, so let's get started. I just want to ask everyone, please, to download that file. Go to the verbling.com website, the live classes page, look for the information about this class, and you should be able to find the link for this story. All right, and so I'd like to say hello to Abdallah. Abdallah, how are you?
Yes, I'm fine. How are you, Mr. Geoff? Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. It's good to be back. All right, and so where are you calling from? Where are you connecting from?
I'm from Egypt.
Okay, great. And so what I'd like to do is I'd like to start reading right away, and people can introduce themselves as they get started. And just if I can ask everyone else to please keep their microphones muted. The Google Hangout technology does not allow you to hear the noise that you're making. So please, everyone, if you can keep your microphones muted, turned off. And so, and just, well, yes, okay, great. And so I'm going to bring up the document on screen share. Abdallah, do you see the document? Abdallah, are you there?
I see.
Yes, okay. Could you please read my introduction here and let's get started.
We will be reading a chicken soup for the soul for For the soul story about reading, be ready to ask lots of questions about new phrases and vocabulary. From chicken
Okay.
soup for the soul. Thanks, Mom.
And this is the book here. This is what the book looks like. All right. And the name of the story?
Yeah, a simple lasting legacy by Bamela under Hill Alcondor. The worth
Okay.
value of a book is be measured by what you can carry, take away from it.
Yes,
Okay.
let me just stop you there, Abdullah. So the worth of a book is to be measured by what you can carry away from it. And I gave a couple of other options. Uh, do you have an idea of what that expression means? Abdullah?
Uh, maybe the the outcome from reading this book, or
Yes.
how information is included.
Okay, how the information is included. All right. And so could I get someone else to share their opinion about what this expression means? Someone, you just turn on your microphone and say hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello, Geoff.
Hello, Julissa. Welcome.
Welcome back, teacher. Nice to see you.
Thank you. So you're
Yes.
connecting from Peru, and so what do you
Yes.
think about this quote or famous expression made by James Bryce?
Yes, I think this says that the value of a book is not just the book itself, but what we take for us about the book,
Yeah,
or about what we read, what messages we take for us, for our lives, or you know.
yeah.
So
And what
that's the
messages
value.
you take away from the experience of reading the book?
Yeah.
Right. That's what I would say to take away. Right. So excellent. Perfect. Okay. Great. And Abdullah, could you please continue with the reading? And just if I can ask everyone to keep their everyone else, please, to keep their microphones muted, please.
Yes. Sometimes, sometimes I think my mother and I are still connected by way of highlighter pen as her way of reminding me to embrace the right word. The highlighter was one of the things she left me when she died. All these years later, I feel like she is with me whenever I read and highlight something that surges into my heart and mind.
Okay, great. All right. And so we have begun the story. And let me see. I'm just going to move this down for you. Sorry. And so, are there any questions about the introduction of this story? Can some people tell me what's happening in the story so far? And again, all you need to do is click on your microphone and say hello. This is the
Hello.
introduction. Yes, hello.
Hello.
Please. And Ahmed, go ahead, please.
It's talking about how is the mother important in our life.
Yes, and specifically for the author. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And what is the specific situation here in this story?
That his mother left him. I mean, she died. And every
Good.
time he is highlighting something with a pen, he reminds her.
He remembers her.
He remembers her.
Yeah, using the highlighter pen reminds him or her. I'm actually not sure who the author is. Well, I guess the author is a woman. And so these stories are written by the person. So Pamela is a woman's name. So the writer of the story is a woman.
Yes.
Okay. And so she remembers her mother, every time she uses her highlighter pen. Great. And
Yes.
here's the highlighter pen used to highlight the text. All right. And so Ahmed, and thank you, Abdallah. Ahmed, I'm going to stay with you. Can you read the question here at the beginning?
Which one?
Do you see the question on the screen now? Below the
Yes, yes,
photograph? Mhm.
yes. Do you use highlighter pens when you read or study? Do you review words and phrases from English?
Okay. And so what do you think?
Yeah, I use it daily. Absolutely.
Oh, you use it every day.
Yeah.
What kinds of things are you reading?
I read my high school books like
Ah,
chemistry, biology.
okay. So you're a high school student.
Yes.
All right. Excellent. Great. And so let's continue with the reading. And where are you connecting from?
From Saudi Arabia.
Okay. So could you read this collection, these two short paragraphs, please?
She was a timid highlighter, a dot at the beginning of an idea and a dot at the end of the phrase. I highlight boldly. My mother loved to read, and she taught me to look for words that demanded my attention and words that required careful thought. My earliest recollection of written words came from a large collection of the Oz books written by L. Frank Baum.
Okay, great. Thank you. Excellent job with your pronunciation. And
Thank
now, do we have any questions from people? And this is your chance to sort of repeat what's happening in the story. So another student, this is your chance to participate. I love students who participate and have questions.
Teacher, maybe
Yes,
what is the
great.
meaning? Hey.
Yeah. So Lisette,
Yes,
what was your question?
teacher, maybe what is the meaning of boldly?
Ah, good. All right. Now I highlighted two words, and they have the opposite meaning. Timid means very reserved and shy and careful, but boldly means with a lot of confidence, 100%, very openly and with a lot of confidence.
Okay,
And
like brave?
bravely, yes, that's a good synonym. And so this person is highlighting very boldly all the words. Okay, but her
Okay.
mother only used to put a dot. She would just put a little dot
Okay.
at the beginning of the phrase or the end of the phrase. Okay,
Okay,
but
thank you.
if there's something interesting in a book, she uses her highlighter pen and writes all over it. Here's a picture of these books that she's talking about, and the famous movie The Wizard of Oz, the famous book and movie The Wizard of Oz. Any other questions or comments? So what did her mother teach her to do? Anyone?
Her mom told
Yeah.
her to be to highlight the words
Yes.
that for her called her attention. uh,
That caught her attention. Yes,
ca-
absolutely. So she highlights, and then uh, overall, more generally, what did her mother teach her?
yeah.
Julissa?
Sorry, what was the
Yeah.
question?
Specifically, she highlights words like her mother, but what in general did her mother teach her?
Uh, to take something valuable from what she read.
Okay, absolutely. All right, great. Yeah,
Excuse
good.
me.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah, to take the words that have her attention.
Yes. That what? Her attention? To
Attention, I mean, maybe
yeah.
the hard words that she cannot understand
Yes.
its meaning.
Okay. And that we use this expression, the verb to catch, so that caught her attention. Yeah. All right. Great. Absolutely. Words that were hard, maybe. Excellent. All right. And so let's move on. Thank you to everyone. Hamid, are you there?
Yes, I am here, Geoff.
Hello.
We missed you very much.
Okay, good. Where are you connecting from?
Guess it.
Yes, and where are you connecting from?
Guess my country.
Yes. Oh. Yes.
Yes.
I think guess my country. I ask your opinion.
No, I'm sorry. Tell us where are you calling from? Where are you right now?
From Turkey.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Sorry, I didn't quite understand what you meant. Could you please read this next paragraph, this next part of the story?
Okay. I must have been a toddler when my mother began reading chapters to my sister and me every day. Through those early books, she gently led us into a world of imagination and wonder. While my mother's joy of reading and her curiosity about the world led her in many literary directions, it also helped to instill in her children the need and necessity of following our interests and appreciating the variety of books available to us.
Okay, great, excellent. All right, and so any comments about this? Yeah, we have a comment. Please go ahead. Kubra?
Yeah, Cuba.
Yeah.
Like Cuba.
Cuba.
Cuba. Like Cuba.
Like the
Cuba.
country?
And Turkey.
Okay.
From Turkey.
Okay.
What does it toddler mean?
Yeah.
I don't know it.
Young kids.
Yes.
Toddler when my mother.
Yeah, it's a young child, and what age are we talking about?
I think
Anyone?
1 year old.
2 years old.
Yeah, 1 or 2 years old, exactly. Toddling refers to walking, but not very well.
Walking? Walk.
Yes.
Walk. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're walking, but just beginning to walk. So toddlers. So yes, let's say 2 years old. Okay, maybe 3. Well, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Great question. Thank you.
Okay.
And I just highlighted to my sister and me with the grammar. And so the mother began reading stories to her sister and to her. They are the objects. So to my sister and me. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and sorry, Jonathan, you had a question?
No.
Oh, okay.
Install in her children.
Yeah.
Teach them, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. To instill means to kind of put something in someone by teaching to them.
Deeply.
Yes, deeply. Right. And so you can teach someone information, but it's hard to teach someone, let's say, to be good. You need to instill that. Values, being honest, for example. Yeah. Right. Excellent.
Sorry, I have a question.
Please.
In many literary directions, what does it mean?
Yeah.
Literary directions. I don't know.
Now, and so you can have many different interests. You can be curious about a lot of different topics or subjects, and so you go in different directions. Now, literary, now literary just means we're talking about writing. We're talking about literature.
Okay.
Yeah, literature refers to writing. And so to read different types of books. All right. And Hamid,
Yes.
Yes.
I think, sorry, yeah, Hamid from Turkey. Can you read this question and answer it for us?
What books were you interested in when you were a child?
Uh-huh.
My answer is encyclopedia, especially scientific and historical encyclopedias.
Okay, great.
For example, I finished 6 volumes encyclopedias about the Ottoman Empire.
Okay. So you were really interested in lots of information.
Yes,
And science and history.
You remember, I want to be a scientist man. I mean, professor.
A professor, yeah, a
Yes.
university professor. Oh, okay, all right, great,
Yes.
excellent. Thank you, thank you. All right.
So encyclopedia, how is it read?
Yeah,
Encyclopedia.
an encyclopedia. How is it written? You mean?
How's read?
How do you,
Encyclopedia.
oh, okay. How is it spelled?
Spell.
Encyclopedia. Now there we go. All right.
DIA.
Okay. I'll put it in the
Encyclopedia. Okay.
yeah. And then I guess most people are using the encyclopedias online, the internet now.
Okay.
All right. All right,
Thanks.
great. And I'd like to go on to, sorry, we have Jonathan. Hello, Jonathan.
Yeah,
Yeah, where are you connecting from?
I'm from Mexico, teacher.
Okay, where in Mexico?
From Tampico.
Okay, all right. And so just if everyone else could keep their microphones muted, and if you could please turn up your volume if you can, Jonathan.
Can you hear me?
Oh, that's much better.
Okay.
Yes, could you please read the next section, please?
She read wherever she could and whenever she could. I do too. I read for the friendship. I read for the mental conversation. I read for that invisible, intangible.
Yes, intangible.
Oh, thanks. Intangible connection to a kindred spirit. Along the way, I have found that reading becomes a safe place where both new or with both new and familiar thoughts can circle my mind and keep me company. I read because I love to, but I hide because I have to. I know encyclopedia.
Just that last sentence again, please. But I highlight.
Uh, where
Yeah.
I don't know where.
Okay, sorry. I just wanted you to repeat that last sentence. But I highlight because I have to.
But I highlight because I have to.
Okay, great. And the verb to read, and just if I could ask everyone, please, could you mute your microphones? Do people hear a lot of background noise? Julissa, do you hear a lot of background noise?
No.
Okay, maybe it's just my connection then. So thank you, everyone. I highlighted the verb to read because it's unique. And so the spelling does not change, only the pronunciation changes. So in that paragraph, we have she read. The pronunciation is like the color red in English. So this is past tense. She read wherever she could and whenever she could. But then the next use of the verb is present tense. I read And so that's the pronunciation. So it's the only verb in English that I know of that only the pronunciation changes between present tense, past tense, and the past participle. And let me help you with kindred spirit. A kindred spirit, well, kindred refers to someone who is related to you, or someone who is close or connected to you in this context. So any comments?
Teacher,
Yes.
how do you read read in past participle? Read?
Yes. Red. The pronunciation, I'll put it in the chat box. The pronunciation is just like the color in English, red.
Okay.
Okay, so present tense, I read or she reads in present tense, but in past tense, read, and then the past participle, I have read. All right, any comments about the story?
Excuse me.
Yes, go ahead.
Intangible, it's unclear, right?
Right. Yeah. Intangible. It's invisible, intangible. So something that is not real, as you said, or very hard to see. Kind of maybe magical or hard to determine.
Yes.
Something, teacher.
Yeah. Yes.
Something that you can touch.
Yes, good. Something that you cannot touch. It could be real. I think something is if something is intangible, it is real, but you have to imagine it, or it's something you can't see or touch. Good. Good. All right. And so this person really loves reading. And so, Jonathan, I have a question here for you. Go ahead, please.
Okay. What did you enjoy most about reading? Does reading help you to relax? Do you ever read the same book twice?
Yeah, and go ahead with a quick answer.
Okay. Uh, really, I don't like to read a lot.
Okay.
But
Why? Or what do you prefer doing?
I prefer to do sports, something.
Okay. So you like things that are more active.
Yeah, but sometimes I have been reading books.
Okay. And what kind of books?
Actually, I am reading English books to read.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Great. Great. All right. And maybe you're meaning right now, currently, you're reading books in English.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. Excellent. And Julissa?
Yes. Okay.
Let's take a look at the book. What is it? Oh, the Traveler series of books. Okay. All right. Good. All right, Julissa, how about you? What do you enjoy most about reading?
Well, before I didn't like to read so much. This is something that from a not so long time I started to like more to do. In the past, I didn't read so much. And what I like the most about reading is, I think, the feelings that you have. You feel relaxed. You start to imagine things.
What was the last thing you said? You said you're relaxed?
Yeah, you start to imagine things.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good. All right, excellent.
Like traveling, but without traveling. Just by
sure.
reading. Yeah.
Yeah, traveling through reading. Excellent example. All right, could you please read this next paragraph for us?
Yeah, okay. Recently, when I was going through a box of my mother's papers, I found a cartoon she cut out of the newspaper years ago. It shows a man and woman sitting in bed reading books. The man says, "You've been staring at the book every night for a year and a half." She replies, "If I read the next page, it will be the end of the best book I've ever read, and I just can't bear to say goodbye."
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to get you to stop there, thanks. I just can't bear. Just can't bear. All right, and so, Julissa, what's this cartoon? Can you put the meaning of this cartoon in your own words?
It must be a very.
Go ahead, please.
It must be a very interesting cartoon because she didn't want to stop reading it, and it was about.
Yeah, it must have been a very interesting book.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? And so has anyone ever felt that way, where you're reading a book and it's so good, or you're watching a movie and it's so good that you do not want it to end?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
You
of
don't
course.
want it to end? All right, great. And so, right, and just the idea of going through something is to be, you're quickly looking in. You are looking at all of the different items quickly to go through the items in the book. All right, great. Thank you, Julissa. And then Kuba, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Great. And so what I'm going to do is move this down. Is there a favorite book of yours that you would like to read again, Kuba?
Yeah, my favorite book name? His name?
Yes. Yeah, it's called.
I like read the book, but my a lot of exam, and I have a lot of exam, so
Okay.
I can't read now.
Right.
Okay.
You're too busy studying. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite book called?
Twilight series.
The Twilight series? Oh, okay.
Twilight series.
Okay.
I read it. I wrote Verb too.
You read?
Read, yeah.
Yeah, you read the whole series?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Good. And did you read them in English or?
Maybe.
Sorry. Did you read the books in English? The Twilight books in English?
English? No, Turkish. No,
yeah.
Turkish.
In Turkish. Okay. Great.
I'm not
Thank
speak
you.
English good.
Okay. No. Fine. Fine. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Good. And so could you read this next paragraph for us, please?
Okay, I can read. The cartoon makes me smile. I read books like that. It is one of the reasons I highlight. I finish the book, but my highlighting helps the characters shine through and gives me easy access to the words I love. If I could highlight an entire character, sometimes I think I would. There have been some so memorable that every now and then the
Character?
sentence.
Sorry.
Circumstances in my life call them to mind. I have light with them toward comfortation, shared their joy and heartache and hopefully learned a thing or two along the way.
Okay, great. You did a good job on that. And just quickly, highlight. So
I don't know it.
Yeah, this is the verb to highlight something in a different color.
Like light. I know light. Light. I don't know.
Okay, but I'm actually doing the verb. I'm using the computer to highlight the words in yellow or green.
Green.
Okay, but sorry. Let me just move back. Highlighting is this. The pen is a highlighter, and the person is highlighting the different words.
Okay. I understand. Okay.
Okay, good. All right. And so let's, now the word highlight, the GH is silent. We do not pronounce it. So the highlight, actually both examples of GH are silent. Okay, so highlight. All right, great. And so let's, do we have some questions or comments, please?
I have comments.
Yes, Hamid.
For example, I have finished Harry Potter series.
Good.
And I felt same situation with this paragraph. I mean, when I was reading a book, I felt myself as a main hero, like Harry Potter.
Okay, as the main character?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Excellent.
So the book is very nice.
You identified with the Harry Potter character?
Sorry?
Yeah, you identified with the Harry Potter character? I identified, you found that he was similar to you, or?
I mean, I felt I am in the book.
Oh, okay. But as Harry?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Good. Any other comments? And we understand with what the person is writing about?
Yes.
Okay, but please, with your own words, we can do some paraphrasing. Sorry, and what is she talking about when she would highlight a character? What does she mean by that?
Me?
Well, sure. Hamid? Ahmed, sorry.
Maybe get him or get her out of the book.
Okay. Now that's a good guess, but to take the person out of the book?
Yes. To live with him.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Using her imagination. Okay. Now, that's a great idea. I'm sorry. I don't think that that's what she means, but that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Julissa?
Maybe just like Hamid, she identified a lot with one special character, so
Good,
she would
yes.
like to highlight that character.
Yeah,
she identifies a lot.
Yeah, and so when you're reading a book, you're highlighting some words and phrases, and that's reasonable. Now, she's thinking that if she could, because it would be a very, very slow process, but what if you could highlight everything said by one of the characters? I think that's what she's talking about. So in a Harry Potter book, she would highlight everything said by one of the characters. But that's not logical. It's not easy to do. And so, she never did that. But if she could do it, if it were possible to highlight everything said by one of the characters, she would do that. Or she would have done that. Right. So she loves certain characters so much. Right. And so to something you call to mind something is to remember something. Do we have any other comments? Heartache. heartache, confrontation, joy. Just the pronunciation in this context of lived. I have lived with them. Is there anyone who, like Hamid, has had a character from a book that they identified with? Can you give us an example of a character that you identified with? Anyone? And again, I'm always looking for students to participate.
You can say the Lord of the Rings characters.
Again, sorry, Ahmed?
The Lord of the Rings books.
Okay. And so out of the Lord of the Rings books, which character do you identify with? Or what character have you learned the most from?
You can say Legolas, the archery.
The archer. Oh, okay. The elf.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, good. All right. Anyone else with a comment? Okay, let's move on. And then just every now and then is a phrase that helps you describe the frequency. So it's every now and then is not very frequent. Okay. And learned a thing or two. That's another common phrase that's used in English, to learn a few things about something. All right. And to call something to mind is to remember something. All right. So those are good phrases to remember. All right. And let's move on. And so here we go. And we're on to, the next person is Lisette.
Yes.
Yes. Hello, Lisette. Could you please,
Hello.
where are you connecting from?
I'm from Colombia.
Oh, okay, great. And so could you please read this next selection, please?
Yes. Like my brother, my passion to highlight, along with my inability to deface a book that doesn't belong to me, however, make me a stranger to the public library, a preferred customer of bookstores, and recognizable face at rummage sales. Some of my highlight books eventually find their way to secondhand bookstores. Their phrases have found their place, the track from mine to her complete.
Okay. All right, so let's stop there. I'm going to ask you the next question in a minute, but what are some questions, and do people understand the point that the author is making here? What is the person trying to communicate with us here? The writer. Do you know, Lisette? Can you put that paragraph in your own words? Simplify the paragraph. I know this is difficult. Yes? Hello, Mario, how are you?
I'm fine, Geoff.
Good.
Yeah, I think she talked about the fact she don't like she prefer to have a book in some special place like a bookstore rummage sales. Like
Yes.
she said.
Okay, now so she prefers to get her books from a bookstore or the rummage sales, which are secondhand or used items. We often say garage sales. Okay, and so, but why? Why doesn't she like going to the library?
Maybe because the books have been highlighted by another person.
Oh, okay, right. Now, that's a very good reason. That's not what she mentions, though. But what you said is great, but she's referring to something else. But I really liked your answer. Why can't she take books out of the library? Or why does she prefer having her own books?
I think
Yes?
in the
Ahmed?
rummage sales, the sellers know her.
Okay, right. Because she goes to the bookstores and the
Every
rummage
day.
sales all the time, right? She doesn't
Yes.
go. She's a stranger at the public library, which
Yes.
is funny because she loves reading. She seems really passionate about reading. But why can't she, or why doesn't she go to the library?
Maybe she doesn't have
Uh,
money.
She doesn't, sorry, Ahmed?
She doesn't have enough money to buy new books.
No, but the public library is free, though. So, sorry. Julissa?
yeah, or
You
maybe
had
because she cannot, yeah, she can highlight the books of the public library.
Right, exactly. And so she loves, like her mother, she has a passion, and that's the pronunciation. It's like an SH sound, passion. She has a passion for highlighting books. And so she can't do that to the public library books. It's defacing or damaging the books in the library. And so she can't go to the library and get free books. She has to buy her books in the bookstore or at the rummage sales. So that's the idea. And she goes to her secondhand bookstores. All right. But then, like Lisette says, she's not going to buy a secondhand book that has already been highlighted by someone else. All right. Excellent. And so I'd like to move on. Oh, and Lisette, where do you buy or get the books that you read?
I go to the library.
Okay. All right.
I don't
Good.
have enough money.
Yeah, no, that's great. So to borrow books or take out books from the library. And so what kinds of books do you like to read?
I like all, but I like to read literary books.
I'm sorry, literary?
Yes, novels.
Yeah, oh, okay, novels. All right. Yeah.
Yes,
Okay. Now these are fiction or true stories?
fiction.
Fiction.
Yes, like the
Oh,
perfume.
okay. Great. I've been recommended to read that book. Excellent. Mario,
Yep.
please, just quickly, you're connecting from France?
Yeah. I'm
Okay.
living near Paris. Yes.
Okay, great. Could you read this next section for us, please?
Okay. They're now part of me, and although years later I may not be able to quote them verbatim, I know
Verbatim.
verbatim. I know their message, so I will not apologize to the person who ultimately received my used book. At issue is not that the book has been defaced, but that is has been appreciated.
Appreciated. Right.
Appreciated.
Yeah, again, that SH sound in English. Appreciated. Okay, and so what is she trying to communicate here? Now, at the beginning, she's talking about the phrases that she loves. Okay, and so that connection from mind to heart. And so, what do you think she's trying to communicate in the this paragraph that you read, Mario?
Um, so I have some word that I didn't
Good.
understand,
Great.
like verbatim.
Yeah.
But,
Now, verbatim, I think, is Latin. And so to quote something verbatim means to be able to repeat it perfectly, word for word.
okay.
So she's not able to repeat her favorite phrases word for word. She can't quote them verbatim.
Okay.
but, and we can get help from someone else. And I'm looking for participation from everybody. Please feel free to share a comment.
Maybe she's talking about her books, right?
Yes, she's talking about her books.
She went to the rummage sales and put them there, and then other people took these books.
Right, right. And so, so what are people? Well, what will they think about her used books?
They would think.
Sorry, your connection is a little slow. Someone?
That the books are all highlighted.
Yeah.
That she's
Or damaged.
Damaged. Yeah, your connection is slow, Ahmed. Go ahead if you can. But right. So she says, I'm not going to apologize to the people who buy my used books. She does not feel guilty. All right, and why?
Because now she has all the messages with her, even if she doesn't remember the exact words. She has taken away the important messages for her.
Yeah. Okay, so that helps her to learn and remember the important messages. Good. And she has highlighted the books, but what does she say? She says that the books have not been defaced or damaged. They have been appreciated or loved, I guess you could say. Some people say about their favorite things that are not new, that they have been loved to death. They have been used so much that they're damaged, but they have been loved to death. All right. And that's kind of a joke. And then, Mario, can you read the question that I've got there for you?
Mm-hmm. Can you think of something different or unique that your parents taught you to do? Do you still do it?
Okay. And can you think of anything, Mario, or is there someone else in the class who can think of something?
So I don't have memories of things.
Yes, yeah. No, but this would be something that maybe you do. That's a little unique, that's a little different, that you learned from your parents or copied from someone else in your family.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ahmed, you have an example?
To be a comment person.
To be what person?
A comment person. Comment.
Calm?
From commitment.
Oh, committed.
Yeah.
All right, to be a committed person.
Yes,
all right.
Exactly.
Okay. Anyone else? Like, does anybody read the newspaper like your father did, or any other examples? Jonathan, do you have an example? You're writing comments in the Verbling chat box. Jonathan, do you have? No, maybe this is another Jonathan, but go ahead, Jonathan Juarez.
Yeah. Hey.
Like, like personally, I drink wine at dinner, and so that's something that I learned from my parents. And then also, I eat my salad with my dinner at the same time. Now that's something that I also learned from my parents. I don't know. That's one example.
Yeah.
But
okay. Yeah.
Sometimes the parents do wrong thing, so we don't have to follow them.
Yeah.
Like
okay.
smoking,
Right.
maybe.
Oh, okay. Well, no. Good. Exactly. All right. Good.
And Geoff, I will give an example.
Good.
But I don't do this sample. Some people smoking,
Some people smoke.
and they take a sample from their parents.
Right. Excellent. Yeah, they learned it from their parents. They learned
Yes.
that bad habit. Okay. All right, good. So, highlighting books is the habit, and it's kind of strange. It's a little different, a little unique. This is the habit that she learned from her mother. Okay? And so, if anybody thinks of something different, let me know. And so, what I'm going to do is move on to the next person. And we have, Yasin.
Yeah,
Yes, hello, welcome. Where are you
I'm,
connecting from?
I'm from Turkey. Geoff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Could you please read this paragraph?
okay. Perhaps it is the simple things that shape us. The original Oz books from my childhood remain on bookshelves today. And although the highlighter pen my mother gave me was used up long ago, I will always be thankful that the simple legacy of her joy of reading and her reverence for the written word remains.
Okay, good.
Do you
Let me just help you out with legacy,
legacy?
and written. Written. All right, good. All right, and so could you tell us what she's talking about here? Yasin, what is the author trying to communicate to us here?
One, 1 minute, please. The original.
Oh, yeah. And can someone help? And I want to make sure that people understand the term legacy. Sorry,
Legacy.
anyone? Yeah.
Inheritance.
So sorry, I want to give an opportunity. Yashin?
I think legacy is inheritance.
Right. That's a good word. Mm-hmm.
Her mother I, I don't speak.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Her mother has died.
Mother give him a legacy.
Yes, good. And it remains. It continues with her after the death of her mother. Yeah, you said that very well. Excellent. All right. And so what is the legacy?
Inheritance.
Yeah, no, but sorry, what is it in this case? What is the example of the legacy?
Mother's behavior.
Yes.
Tradition.
Yes,
And,
tradition. That's a good word. Yeah.
And she is following, she continues with this behavior.
Yeah. Her joy of reading that she talks about, and reverence is almost like a religious love. So she has a lot of respect and love for the written word. Okay, great. All right, and so we're gonna. This is the end of the story. There's another story on the document. I'll do that story next time. And so we have a couple minutes left. So Abdallah, a final quick comment from you, please. And you can answer one of the questions if you want. Abdallah?
Yeah. Do you ever read the same book twice? Actually, I don't. I read some of books. I can't stand to read the whole book or read the same text.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, so you can't stand it. You don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you. And Ahmed, a quick final comment from you?
The story is good actually. The writer appreciates what her mother left for her. The highlighted pens, yeah. And the highlighted words, I mean.
Good. Oh, yeah. Isn't that? I mean, words. Has anyone ever read a book that has been highlighted by someone else? Maybe even imagine reading a book that was highlighted by your great-grandparents or something like that. I think that would be very interesting. Excellent. Great. And Hamid, a final comment from you?
Yes, I will say my personal opinion. I want to publish a book for people, and this book is about my poems.
Okay, a book of poetry.
Poetry, yes.
Okay.
And I have 98 Turkish poems on internet.
Okay. All right. Do you have your link in the Verbling box?
Maybe sometimes
Yeah.
I can translate and I can share for class environment.
No, well, I've heard one of your poems, but you need to send me the link to it.
Okay, I will
on
write.
Google Plus.
Okay, I will share for you.
I'm going to move on to Jonathan. A final comment from you, Jonathan?
No, teacher, I have enjoyed this reading. And
Okay.
thanks for your class.
Yeah, well, no, but thanks to Verbling, and just great. And if people want to leave and try and catch the next class, please go ahead.
Yes.
I understand. Julissa, a final comment from you?
Yes, well, it was an interesting article or reading, and it shows the passion that this woman feels about reading, highlighting. I personally prefer to highlight the books with pencils because I feel bad to use the yellow highlighter.
That's right. So you're a timid highlighter. She does it boldly.
With pencils, no, with pencils I highlight everything.
Okay. All right, great. And I do a lot of highlighting on the computer and cutting and pasting to save things. Yeah. Kuba, a comment from you? Hello, Cuba? Okay, we can't hear you. No, go ahead, please.
I'm studying. I was studying. Studying.
You were studying.
Yeah.
No, just a final comment to say goodbye.
Okay, goodbye. I don't understand. Sorry, really sorry.
That's fine.
Nice to meet you again.
Nice to see you again. Okay. Lisette, a comment from you? We don't hear from you, Lisette. And so, Mario, a final comment from you?
Yes, Geoff, that was a very interesting story that tell about the passion of a mother left for his children, and it's very a good story to.
Yeah, for her children, a mother leaving something for her children, and I guess the point of just simple things being important. So this woman is not saying that this is an important legacy. It's one of these small things that really has an impact on her. Yeah, great. And Yasin, a final comment from you?
Okay, I think it is interesting and useful story, and I learned a new vocabularies, and you are well teacher, Geoff.
I am loud?
Well, very well teacher.
A good teacher.
Good teacher. Oh yes. Okay. You are a good teacher.
All right. No,
nice
thank you. No, but it's the participation of the students means everything. So thank you to all of you. I hope to see you soon. I'm teaching in a couple of hours, so I hope to see you then.
Thank you.
Okay, see you.
You're welcome, Geoff. See you later.
Thank you, teacher. You are a very good teacher.
Don't forget to reread the story with the highlighted words. Study your English.